To catch you up on what you may have missed, Trevor Schmidt is at the plate with an 0-1 count. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hunter Boylan is a new pitcher that took over at the very top of the inning. Runner on first is Akiyama after the fielder's choice. 5-4 defensively for out number 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Schmidt. A lefty on lefty matchup for Boylan. Where's number 52? Left-hander stands at 6'3". On the inner part of the plate, strike 3. Schmidt goes down looking. So we apologize for the technical difficulties. Seems like we lost the stream. Bottom of the 4th inning, Barons were able to pick up a hit, but not push anybody across. They still lead 6-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel.
Stevenson.
8-9-1 due up in the order for the Philippines baseball group. Top of the 5th inning. Matthew Lorenzano still on the mound for the Barons. Drills this one into left center. Torres will play it off one hop and limit Stevenson to a leadoff single. Barons lead 6-0. In case you missed it in the top of the 4th, we're unsure of how much of the footage was cut during the interview with J.J. Nielsen, but we had him on for a player interview. Philippines baseball group went down 1-2-3. Lorenzano with another efficient inning in the top of the 4th. Here in the top of the 5th, the leadoff single. Rodriguez tries to put down a bunt. Unsuccessful. Strike 1. Down and away for ball 1. That was pitch number 60 on the outing for Lorenzano. And the Philippines played 3 games in Northern California last week. Traveled up north. Downstairs for ball 2. Last Thursday, they lost to the Sonoma Stompers by a score of 8-1. They lost to the Walnut Creek Crawdads on Friday by a score of 15-1. They lost to the San Francisco Seagulls by a score of 11-10. The runner takes off. Here's the throw down to second in time as Mertz applies the tag. 2-4. Stevenson upset with the call, but he jogs back to the dugout. First out of the inning. Three and 1 the count to Rodriguez. Nobody on base, 1 out. Lorenzano steps off. Again, thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Front door breaking ball is in for strike 2. A nice pitch there from the righty Lorenzano. Rodriguez calls time as if he has something in his eye. We apologize for the technical difficulty. Seems like we lost the stream during some point of the 4th inning. We're here in the top of the 5th. 3-2 pitch. Misses the outer edge. A walk here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Second walk issued by Lorenzano on the inning, or on the outing. Upstairs for ball 1. Espinoza will have his 3rd at-bat of the evening. Into the air, left side of the infield, Akiyama calls off Williams. The shortstop makes the catch for out number 2. 2 outs, runner on first, in steps the shortstop, J.J. Fagfumsint.
The Philippines number 1, J.J. Fagfumsint.
Next pitch will be number 65 of the outing for Lorenzano as he tries to make it through 5 complete innings. On the edge with that breaking ball. Runner takes off for second. This ball is fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes to count to the shortstop. Outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Runner on first is Rodriguez. Runner takes off again. This ball is hit into the air, right side of the infield. Schmidt and Mertz both in the vicinity. Mertz calls off his first baseman and makes the catch for out number 3. Bottom of the 5th we go. 4, 5, 6, Jason Del Villar, Tommy Gooden, and Gavin Taylor are the 3 batters due up when we return. We'll do our best to capture the action here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Some technical difficulties we're dealing with on this Tuesday evening. Barons lead 6-0. Barons have no difficulty at the plate. 6 runs off of 6 hits. They've earned 2 walks as well so far through 4 innings. Hunter Boylan still on the mound for the Philippines baseball group. 2nd inning of work. 2nd reliever following Jacob Badillo. So correction, there is a new pitcher wearing number 25. It's a left-hander, Jaden Bagalayos. First pitch ball to Del Villar. third pitcher we're seeing here of the evening for head coach Will Pickett's. Misses the zone for ball 2. Bagalios is a 6'3" left-hander from L.A. Pierce College. In the zone for the first strike of the outing for the new pitcher. Two and one the count to Del Villar, the left fielder today. Swings through that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. He hit a double and came around to score in the third. Struck out swinging in the first inning. Into the air, into the infield. Vasquez, second baseman, calls everyone off and makes the grab. Out number 1 in the inning. It was Jacob Padilla who started things off. He gave up all 6 runs thus far in his outing. Gave up 5 hits. 3 errors defensively made his life a little harder, especially in the third inning. First pitch to Gooden, misses upstairs and away. Gooden swings through that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ahead of the off speed. Gooden picked up the 2 RBI double in the first. Rolled over that one to the second baseman Vasquez. Underhands it for the second out of the inning. 2 outs, nobody on base. In steps the catcher Gavin Taylor. First pitch to Taylor misses inside, ball 1. Outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Taylor. Taylor reached on an error. He advanced to third base on an error and then scored on an error. 3 errors in the inning by the Philippines baseball group in the bottom of the third. Four of the 6 runs allowed by starter Jacob Padilla were earned. The 3-0 pitch in there for strike 1. 3-1 the count to the catcher, batting in the 6th spot today. Skies this one into the air, shallow center. Espinoza races in and makes the grab, no problem. For out number 3, Barons go down in order, 1, 2, 3. Another commercial break before we come back with the top of the 6th. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. There's a new pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons as he gets his warm-up pitches in. Warriors number 11 stands at 5'9". It's Jacob Ramirez, a right-hand pitcher from Shorter University over in Georgia. He comes in relief of Matthew Lorenzano, who finishes the outing with 67 pitches after going 5 complete innings. We'll get you the rest of his stat line in just a moment. A good chance to reset the defense as well. Nathaniel Williams at third base, DJ Akiyama at short. Chip Mertz is at second. Over at first base is Trevor Schmidt. In the outfield from left to right, Jason Del Villar, Alejandro Torres, and Jacob Konofsky. The defense for the Academy Barons. Due up in the order is 3-4-5, the heart of the order, Ben Lee, Dylan Tagium, and Nomar Vasquez for the Philippines baseball group. Again, apologies if the stream isn't coming in with strong connection. We're facing some technical difficulties, but we'll do our best to bring you the action live from the MLB Youth Academy here in the city of Compton, on the campus of Compton College. It's the first of 4 home games this week. We always recommend you make it out to the ballpark whenever you get a chance. In steps Lee, the DH. First pitch from the new pitcher is in for a strike. Breaking ball misses down and away. Ramirez comes set. The 1-1 on the outer edge, says the home plate umpire. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ramirez will feature a fastball, cutter, sinker, slider, and changeup. Fastball lives between 82 and 83. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 1 of the outing for Ramirez. First out of the inning.
Number 27, Dylan Tagia.
Seven strikeout by the Barons pitching staff as Lorenzano finishes his line with 6. In steps the catcher Dylan Tagium. First pitch breaking ball. Ramirez has been able to use that effectively early in his outing. Throws it for strikes. Foul tip into the glove. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Ball in the dirt. Skips off the knee pad of Gavin Taylor. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ramirez, the second pitcher we're seeing of the evening for head coach Kenny Landro and pitching coach AJ Monterez. Nobody on base, 1 out. 1-2 the count to Tagium. On the ground for the shortstop Akiyama. He charges. Throw over to first in time for out number 2. Lorenzano was able to work a pair of 1, 2, 3 innings. Once in the second, another in the fourth. An effective start for the coaching staff and the Academy Barons as they look to start the week off strong. Put together a 2-game winning streak for the first time this season. They enter today's contest with a record of 4-8. Philippines baseball group is 1-8. They have 2 outs in the top of the 6th. In steps Nomar Vasquez, second baseman. Watches a breaking ball also find the zone. 5th time we've seen a breaking ball thrown for a strike from Ramirez. Upstairs with the fastball, 1-1 the count. Two outs, nobody on base. The 1-1 finds the edge. Nice work there by Gavin Taylor behind home plate. Framing that one onto the outer half. The 1-2 from Ramirez. A foul ball into the padding. Vasquez battles with the 1-2 count. 2 outs in the inning. Ramirez is a native of Carson, California, not too far here from Compton College. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Ramirez played 2 seasons at Compton College before transferring to Shorter University. Played in 2022 and 2024. On the bottom part of the zone, that's strike 3. Second strikeout of the outing and the inning for Ramirez. 3 up, 3 down. Just what you want out of your reliever. Barons still leads 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Due up the 7, 8, 9 hitters when we come back. Bottom third of the order due up for the Barons here in the bottom of the 6th. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball. An 0-1 count after a first pitch strike from lefty Jaden Bagalite. Pop fly into shallow center. Shortstop says he has it and makes a grab for out number 1. One out in the bottom of the 6th. Barons lead 6-0. Konofsky is retired. Now 0 for 3 on the evening. The pitcher that took over in the bottom of the 5th, the left-hander Jacob Bagalici. Bagalios. But Bagalios' day is done. We have a new pitcher on the mound to tell you about for the Philippines baseball group. Look like it's the tall, lengthy right-hander by the name of Brandon Hoffman. He stands at 6'6". He's a right-hander from Los Angeles Valley College, LA Valley College, so some familiarity with Gavin Taylor, Colin Taylor, Jordan Carrington, and a few other the players who spent this past spring at LA Valley College. With 1 out, a pitching change. We'll cut to a commercial break and come back with the action after this. So the new pitcher is the big right-hander, Brandon Hoffman. We'll get some statistics for him on the season in just a moment. The first batter he'll face is Alejandro Torres, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. And Hoffman spent this past spring at LA Valley College. Fourth pitcher we're seeing on the evening. It's his second relief appearance on the season. 1-1 the count as he finds the zone. A native of Woodland Hills. Made one appearance, pitched 1 inning against the Orange County Riptide back on June 12th. Two balls and 1 strike to count to Alejandro Torres. Currently 0 for 2 on the day. The lights have been turned on. Torres swings and misses at a pitch, maybe outside the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Chip Mertz is the batter on deck. Bottom third of the order has been relatively quiet. Combined 0 for 7 as Torres calls time. Barons have 6 runs off 6 hits, no errors defensively. Philippines baseball group has no runs off 5 hits, 3 errors defensively, all made in the 3rd inning. Chopper, foul off home plate. Torres stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll stream all the Academy Barons home games this season. 3 more this week, 1 tomorrow night against the Orange County Riptide. 1 Saturday as they host the Philippines baseball group for the 2nd time this week. And then on Sunday, they'll host the Arroyo Seco Saints. Skips past the catcher for ball 3. Brandon Hoffman, the new pitcher, runs the count full to Alejandro Torres. 1 out in the inning, no one on base. That defense for the Philippines baseball group. Tagiam's behind home plate. Stevenson at first, Vasquez at second. Over at short, Fagfum Sint. And at third, Baxa. Foul ball. Count remains full. And the outfield from left to right, Noah Rodriguez, Eric Espinoza, and Wyatt Lamarsna. Breaking ball, Torres smacks this one foul into the bullpen. Another 3-2 count. A battle brewing between Torres and Hoffman. Hoffman, the new pitcher. 4th one of the evening for head coach Will Picketts. Long pause from the right-hander. Here's the 3-2, another foul ball by Torres. Next pitch will be number 10 of the outing. Three balls, 2 strikes. Torres steps back in. Hoffman shakes off a few signs. Now comes set. The payoff pitch. Torres tried to play it off as if he didn't swing around, but that is strike 3, says the home plate umpire. It was a check swing. Torres has a smile on his face as he retreats back to the dugout. 2nd out of the inning. It was a battle. He made Hoffman throw a lot of pitches. In steps Chip Mertz. Mertz tried to drop down a bunt when we had J.J. Nielsen on during the bottom of the 4th inning. It was good defensive play by the 3rd baseman, Javen Baxa. First pitch to Mertz. Foul ball out of play. 0-1 the count. Downstairs for ball 1 of the at-bat. 1-1 the count. Mertz currently uncommitted. Played this past spring at Canyon High School, the only high school senior on the roster. 1-1 the count. Swings through that pitch. Moves the count to 1-2. The 1-2 from Hoffman. Into the air, out of play. Hoffman's only faced 2 batters thus far, but both batters put a lot of balls into foul territory. Nobody on base, 2 outs. Still some daylight here at Compton College. The 1-2. Downstairs for ball number 2. Check swing by Mertz. Foul tips off the bat. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The batter on deck is the third baseman, Nathaniel Williams. He's standing on deck. And the top of the 7th inning will have the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Wyatt Lamarsna will lead things off. We'll see if Jacob Ramirez is still on the mound for the Academy Barons. Outside for ball 3. Both Mertz and Torres making Hoffman throw a lot of pitches. Next pitch will be number 18. He's only recorded 1 out. Down and inside for ball 4. So Mertz works the count full and then earns a walk. After being patient, fouled off a few tough pitches. He has really good speed, so let's see how aggressive he is on the base paths. Barons lead 6-0. In steps Williams. Switch hitter will hit from the left side. He hit from the right side against the left-hander Hunter Boylan in the bottom of the 4th. Hit a single in his last at-bat. Drills this one into right field. Williams watches this one hit the top of the wall in foul territory. Just missed that one. 90 miles per hour off the bat. So Williams will make the long jog as he was close to rounding second. Allowed strike number 1. He does have the power. He currently ties for the team lead with 2 home runs on the season. Oh, and 1 the count, 2 outs. Mertz returns back to first. Inside to Williams. 1-1 the count. Williams started 34 games for the Santa Ana Dons baseball team this past spring. Had to play a bit of everywhere due to all the injuries the Dons faced. Runner takes off for second. Safe at second base is Mertz. Advancing on the wild pitch. Sort of a late decision to go, but he makes it in time, showing off that top-notch speed. Two and 1 the count to Williams. Drills this one into center field. Mertz gets the wave onto home. No throw from the center fielder. 7-0 is the score after the RBI single by Williams. 7-0 is the score in the bottom of the 6th inning. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Runner on first. In steps DJ Akiyama. Akiyama's 1 for 3 on the evening. Smacks this one into left center. Back-to-back hits for the Barons. William heads for third base. Akiyama follows and will have a stand-up double with 2 outs and the bottom of the 6th inning. Second hit of the ball game for Akiyama. 2 runners in scoring position for Trevor Schmidt. He hit a sacrifice fly and notched an RBI back in the bottom of the 3rd. Drew a walk in the 1st, came around to score, and struck out looking in the 4th inning. Hoffman running into some trouble, and partially due to the fact that Torres and Mertz made him throw so many pitches. Right now, at 23, he's only been able to record 1 out. First pitch outside to Schmidt. Schmidt has the power to leave the yard, so Hoffman will have to be careful. Downstairs for ball 2. Barons have been on a heater this season, hitting-wise. 280 as the batting average for the team, already through 13 games. Hoffman steps off before the 3rd pitch of the at-bat. Now Schmidt calls time, steps out and steps back in. Runner on second is Akiyama. Williams is at third base. 2-0 the count to the first baseman. Downstairs for ball 3. Four straight misses. Schmidt works a walk. The bases are loaded. 27 pitches now for Hoffman out of the bullpen. Only 1 out. He threw 10 pitches to Alejandro Torres, then threw another 8 to Chip Mertz as he reached via the walk. Williams reached on a single on the 4th pitch of his at-bat. Akiyama doubled on the very first pitch of his at-bat, and then 4 straight misses to Schmidt. Hoffman has really labored here on the mound for the Philippines baseball group, and there's a time called. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Barons are 4-8 on the season, looking for their 2nd win in a row. It'd be the first time this season they could stretch together 2 wins back-to-back. Sunday was their first win, not on a Friday. Their first 3 wins came on the first 3 Fridays of the season. We were here for all 3. After the mound visit, Del Villar steps back into the batter's box. Del Villar is 1 for 3 with a double. Came around to score in the 3rd inning. Barons lead 7-0. Bases loaded. First pitch from Hoffman is downstairs in the dirt. Catcher Tagium blocks it. Keeps it close. 1-0 the count. Schmidt's at first base, Akiyama at second, Williams is at third. Skies this one into the air. Foul territory, left side. And the third baseman overruns the ball. Javen Boxa misread it while it was in the air. Came in towards the third base dugout, and as he got closer and closer to the dugout, realized that it was spinning back into the grass. Second chance here for Del Villar, 1-1 to count. Next pitch will be number 30 for Hoffman. Base is still loaded. Hoffman comes set. The 1-1. Inside for ball 2. Two and 1 to count. The double in the third inning was Del Villar's 11th hit of the season. Drills this one into center field. Espinoza races back, makes the catch on the run towards the track. Del Villar just missed that one. Allowed out number 3. 100 miles per hour off the bat, but couldn't find a gap in the Philippines defense. One more run comes across for the Barons. They now lead 7-0 as we head to the top of the 7th. When we come back, the Philippines will send their 6, 7, 8 hitters. Wyatt Lamarsna will lead things off after this break. Back here for the top of the 7th inning at the MLB Youth Academy. Barons lead 7-0 over the Philippines baseball group. It'll be the first time these two teams play each other. The second time will come this Saturday. This is the first of 4 home games this week. The Barons host tonight, tomorrow night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. Tomorrow they'll host the OC Riptide for the first time. Saturday they'll host the Philippines baseball group for the second time of the season. Both first pitches are scheduled to start at 6:05. And then Sunday they'll host the Arroyo Seco Saints for the first time. First pitch on Sunday scheduled at 1:05. Ramirez back on the mound, using that breaking ball effectively. First pitch strike to Lamarsna. And Ramirez played here at Compton College before transferring to Shorter University. Lamarsna, swing and miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Ramirez steps off, asks for the signs again. In 2024 for Compton College, he made 13 starts and finished with an ERA of 4.88. Swing and a miss. Lamarsna goes down via the strikeout. Strikeout number 3 of the outing. Out number 1 in the top of the 7th. 3 pitches, 1 out. Ramirez will face the third baseman, Javen Boxa. Downstairs for ball 1. Boxa 0 for 2, a ground out in his last at-bat. Struck out swinging in the second. Outside for ball 2. Two zero. Bomb into left field. Del Villar races back towards the track. It's over his head. Extra bases for the Philippines baseball group. A 1-out double in the top of the 7th. 2-0 count. He got something good to hit. And Baxa makes Ramirez pay.
Number 14, Owen Stevenson.
It's the 4th outing of the season for Jacob Ramirez. Has pitched 4 2/3 of an inning entering today. Has an ERA of 3.85. Move over to second. Mertz was there, but no throw. He last pitched against the Riptide on June 15th. 2 Sundays ago. Into the air, Mertz on the right side of the infield calls off his first baseman. Out number 2. Two outs in the inning. In steps the 8-hitter, 9-hitter, Noah Rodriguez. Rodriguez reached on a walk in his last at-bat in the 5th inning. Struck out looking in the 3rd. 0 for 1. Runner on second. Pretty big lead. No throw. The throw on home is a foul ball out of play right side. Mertz holding the runner at second with the right-hander at the plate. Still a bit of daylight as the sky begins to change color here in the city of Compton. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Ramirez with a couple looks over to second base. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses his target. 1-2 the count to the 9-hitter Rodriguez. Batter on deck is Espinoza, center fielder. The 1-2 is a fastball up and in. Rodriguez leans out the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. In the home half of the 7th, we'll see the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Barons. Tommy Gooden will lead things off. We'll see who the Philippines baseball group sends to the mound. On the ground for Mertz, right side of the infield. On the first in time, and that's out number 3. So Ramirez does give up a double, but he's able to strand that runner at second base. Bottom of the 7th. Let's stay on during this half-inning break. It's the 7th inning stretch here at the MLB Youth Academy. So the Barons currently sit alone in 5th place. Currently in first is the Santa Barbara Foresters with a record of 7-2. There's 3 teams tied with 7 wins. The Saints are 7-4, currently alone in second, a half game ahead of the Oaks, who have a 7-5 record, and they're a half game ahead of the Riptide, who have a 7-6. So the Saints are 7-4, the Oaks 7-5, Riptide 7-6. Then there's the Barons at 4-8 on the season. They're in 5th place. The Bombers are 2-7. Waves are 1-3. Philippines baseball group rounds out the standings at 1-8. Both those bottom 3 teams, the San Diego Bombers, San Diego Waves, and the Philippines baseball group, are first-year members of the CCL. They're affiliate members, and so they'll have to play all their home games, or they'll have to play all their games on the road this season. A very daunting task in the California Collegiate League. Lots of talent. We've seen a lot of talent on display by the Academy Barons this season. They have 7 runs off 8 hits. No errors defensively. A relatively clean day for the Barons defense. They came into today's contest with 20 errors on the season,
Your attention,
tied
please.
for the
The
most
Philippine
by any team in the California Collegiate League.
The Cairns and a
But the
popular
defense has been
celebrity.
clean, pitching has been lights
Representing the
out,
Philippines, play number 10,
and the
wearing number
bats have been
18
hot
on the
enough
pinch,
to muster up
Stefan
7 runs.
Gonzalez.
So new
Your
pitcher on
attention,
the
please.
mound.
This change defensively for the Philippine baseball group. It'll be the game now playing at the shortstop position. Play number 7.
Tommy Gooden will face the new pitcher. It's Stefano Gonzalez. He's the new pitcher on the mound. Where's number 10? Fifth pitcher we're seeing here for the Philippines baseball group. Gooden slaps this foul out of play. 1-1 the count. One and one the count to Gooden. Smacks us onto the ground for the second baseman. Vasquez gathers throw in time over to first. Out number 1. That's how things get started in the bottom of the 7th. Barons lead 7-0. Thanks for tuning in to the Barons YouTube channel. We apologize for the technical difficulties we're facing here this evening. Gavin Taylor now steps up to the plate. 0 for 3, but did reach on an error in the 3rd and came around to score. Coming out of high school, Gavin Taylor committed to BYU and spent the spring of 24 out there in Utah. Down and away for ball 1. He played this last season at LA Valley College, 2025. A few members on the roster, members of the LA Valley College baseball team. 2-0 the count. Three balls and no strikes to count to Gavin Taylor. Earlier this month on June 11th, Gavin Taylor committed to play baseball at UNLV. So congratulations to him. Continuing playing at the next level after 1 year at the junior college level. 3-1 the count to the catcher. And Stefan Gonzalez is the new pitcher on the mound. Stefano Gonzalez, right-hander from Torrance. On the very edge of the zone for strike 2. It's a full count to Gavin Taylor. Gonzalez played this past spring as a sophomore at LA Pierce, the rival to LA Valley. So I'm sure Gonzalez had a couple battles with Gavin Taylor this spring. On the edge of the zone, Gonzalez gets the better of Taylor. That's out number 2. No question about that one. It has been a relatively wide zone this evening, but that one very much in the zone on the outer edge of the plate. There's now 2 outs. In steps the right fielder, Jacob Klanowski. Downstairs for ball 1. Klanowski also reached on an error in the 3rd inning. 0 for 3 on the afternoon, or in the evening. On the ground, over to the second baseman. Vasquez has trouble, but finds it, throws it over into first in time for out number 3. Again, thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. My name is Noah Alvarez. Top of the 8th when we come back. Top of the order, due up for the Philippines baseball group after this commercial. New pitcher on the mound, right-hander, who wears number 16 by the name of Wesley Wells. Wesley Wells committed to play baseball this upcoming school year at Claremont McKenna College. Will be a sophomore this upcoming season. On the season, he's making his third appearance for the Academy Barons. He's pitched 2 1/3 innings. He has given up 5 earned runs, 7 total, so 5 of the 7 are earned. This will be his third appearance, first since June 18th against the Oaks. Last Wednesday was the last time he pitched in relief. Third pitcher we're seeing on the evening, Matthew Lorenzano went 5. Jacob Ramirez went 2. Now in the top of the 8th. We'll get our first look of Wesley Wells on the week. He'll face the top of the order. Espinoza watches the first pitch miss downstairs. Ball 1. Espinoza, Fagfum Sint, and Ben Lee, the 3 due up. On the edge for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Wells back onto the rubber. On the ground, over to the shortstop, Akiyama. Goes with the backhand. Throws not in time. Did fumble it at shortstop. Was going to be a tough play as he was ranging to his right. Runner on first base to lead off the inning. An error on the shortstop, Akiyama. First error of the first error on the evening. So now Malachi Lopez will come pinch hit for the shortstop, J.J. Fagfum Sint. First pitch to him is downstairs for a ball. Want to know the count? Runner on first. Schmidt holds the runner. Wells throws over to first base. Wells with the runner at first base. Middle infield. Ready for a double play ball. Cut on and missed by Lopez. 1-1 the count. Lopez spent this past season at Riverside City College. Good program that also competes in the Orange Empire Conference. They won the state championship back in 2022. Earlier we mentioned how Mount Sac was the state champion this year in 2025. They're the first champion to come not from the Orange Empire Conference. They've owned the state championship since 2019. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the ground over to Williams at third. On to second. Mertz over to first, not in time. Athletic play for Mertz at second base. It was a high throw from Williams. He was able to get his foot back on the bag. Throw just behind the runner at first base. So a fielder's choice. Lopez is aboard. 5-4 for out number 1. 1 out. Lee steps in. 2 singles on the day, along with the strikeout. 2 for 3. He has 2 of the Philippines' 6 hits on the evening. 1-0 the count after that first pitch misses the zone. Schmidt holds the runner. Taylor misses that one. Pass ball allows the runner to scoot to second. Runner in scoring position is Lopez. Going back to the community college dominance by the Orange Empire Conference, it was Orange Coast College who won in 2019. The state didn't compete or didn't have a state championship in 2020 or 2021. Moved from Wells over to second. Close play, but back in safely as Lopez. Riverside City won in 2022. Santa Ana College won in 2023. Saddleback College won in 2024. And Mount Sac, the first non-Orange Empire Conference team to win a championship since 2018. Inside for ball 3. 3 straight misses to Lee, the DH. Has had a nice day at the plate. He's also played this past season at Cal State Los Angeles. Hit .316 in 45 starts. In the zone for strike 1. Three and 1 the count. Number 3 hitter, Dylan Tagium, is the batter on deck. Outside the zone. They peel down to the second base umpire. Lee gets the benefit of the call. Ball 4, runners on first and second now for the Philippines. Chance to pick up their first run, potentially here in the top of the 8th inning. They're down to their final 5 outs. Wells in the game, the 3rd pitcher of the evening. Tagium watches the first pitch catch the outside part of the zone. Tagium 1 for 3. Singled back in the 3rd inning against the starter, Lorenzano, one of 5 hits he gave up. Rips this one into the bullpen. Watch out over there. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch inside that just Tagium was able to churn on and send it foul. Catcher steps back in and waits the 0-2 count. Runners on first and second. Wells. Breaking ball into the air. Right field. Konofsky ranges to his right. Runner from second will try and tag to third. Here's the throw from Konofsky. Big slow hop on the infield grass. Could have been a close play, but that hop really slowed it down. So now there's runners at the corners. Pinch hitter here for Nomar Vasquez. Mason Fang will pinch it.
Coming to the plate, player number 6,
Bit
Mason
confusing with
Fang.
their uniforms. He's wearing number 6, but that belongs to Javen Boxa on the roster. Instead, it's Mason Fang who's listed at number 3. So he'll pinch it. Sends this one, oh, to the runner. A foul ball. That's why they teach the runner at third base to stand in foul territory. Had that hit off of him in fair territory, he would have been ruled out, and that would have been out number 3. But Lopez in foul territory, it's a foul ball. He'll be a little sore. 0-1 the count to Mason Fang. Runners at the corners. Schmidt holds the runner at first. Breaking ball. A nice one, too, in for strike number 2. Fang with an 0-2 count. Wells back onto the rubber quickly. The 0-2 just misses the bottom of the zone. A close take for ball 1. Fang is a native to Rancho Cucamonga and spent this past season at Golden West College, along with the likes of fellow Barons, Isaac Ocampo, Braden Wellen, and a few others. Outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Barons lead 7-0. On the edge of the zone, that's strike number 3. Fang goes down looking. And Wells able to work out of a jam. 7-0 is the score as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Final chance here for the Barons to add some insurance runs. If they hang on to the lead. And due up is the 8-9-1 hitters. Torres, Mertz, and Williams when we come back. So a new pitcher on the mound. Right-hander by the name of Dylan Adams. Stands at 5'10", played this past season at L.A. Pierce College. A lot of players from the L.A. Pierce baseball team on the roster. It is their home field, or where they practice at least, where they're based out of. First pitch to Alejandro Torres is downstairs. Sixth pitcher of the evening we're seeing for the Philippines baseball group. Jacob Badillo started the game, then Hunter Boylan. Foul ball, moves the count to 1-1. After Boylan, it was Jacob Bagalayos, Brandon Hoffman, then Stefano Gonzalez, and then Dylan Adams, now the pitcher on the mound. One ball and one strike the count to Alejandro Torres, the center fielder. Searching for his first hit. Barons have 8 hits as a team. Bottom third of the order has yet to record one here in this evening's contest. 2-1 the count. Foul ball into the net. Two and two the count to Torres. Nobody out and nobody on base. Skies this one into the air. He was off balance on the swing. Play for Tagium, the catcher, and that's out number 1. So Torres relays the information to his teammates. Mertz makes his way to the mound. Williams is on deck. 1 out in the inning. Always key for a team that has good chemistry, being able to communicate the looks that they get from the pitchers. Adams. Long pause as we await the first pitch from Adams to Mertz. Breaking ball just misses the zone. Ball 1. On the edge for strike 1 of the at-bat. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Mertz. He reached via the walk and came around to score. The only player on the bottom third of the order to score a run. Looked like the catcher Tagium told Dylan Adams to step off. Now Adams comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Mertz swings and misses. 1-2. Fifth start of the season for Chip Mertz on the year. Long pause from Adams. The 1-2 misses outside. Two balls and 2 strikes. Mertz skies this one foul out of play. Looks like we have a visit from a local skunk in center field. Out near the track. Hopefully none of the players get sprayed on. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on base. Obviously it's